Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who continually feeding the flock through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. And to the hopeful elect Akim doing likewise, Shalom. And I'm going to just go into this real quick. This is the book of Matthew 19 and 29. And every one that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. So I looked up that word forsaken. I found it interesting. One of the definitions, that's Strong's G863. And this is forsaken, to send away, to bid, going away or depart, of a husband divorcing his wife, to send forth, yield up, to expire, to let go, to let alone, let be, to disregard, all right, to leave, not to discuss now, or teachers, writers, and speakers, to omit, neglect, to let go, give up a debt, forgive, to remit, all right, to give up, keep no longer, to permit, allow, not to hinder, to give up a thing to a person, to leave, go away from, all right, in order to go to another place, to depart from anyone, to depart from one and leave him to himself, so that all mutual claims are abandoned, to desert wrongfully. And that's the one I wanted to kind of focus on, all right? It said to desert wrongfully, to go away, leaving something behind, to leave one by not taking him as a companion, to leave on dying, leave behind one, to leave so that what is left may remain, leaving remaining, abandon, leave destitute. So some of these, to deceit wrongfully, all right? To leave something dying. Really, when you forsake something, basically, that's a rude action. All right, because a lot of you brothers in this truth, you think that you fit this scripture. You think you really forsaken your family or your houses or your mother or your wife or so on and so forth. But in reality, you haven't, because to forsake something is going to be rude. All right, you never forsake nothing and it be easy. All right, a lot of these brothers making their transition smooth. All right, and it might start off smooth. All right, you might, slowly make a transition, but at some point it's going to get abrupt and it's going to get rude. Because if you truly in the spirit, you ain't going to show up to some damn barbecue or a family function. All right, them things you're not going to do. Thus, making a reaction, all right, it's going to be looked at as rude. And that's the part of sacrifice, all right? To get the kingdom, man, you really got to let things go, man. And you got to forsake things, all right? A form of forsaking someone is, I could be out in the rain waiting on you to pull up and you don't come. If you forsaking me, that's a rude act, man. That's the meaning of forsaking. So, hey, you got to get, you brothers who in this truth, you got to understand that, all right? This is the book of Luke 14:33. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple. All right? So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple. And when you read that in this right context, that's like a person saying, well, this guy, he ain't got no studio, he ain't got no CDs out, so he couldn't be a rapper. Or a person might say, this guy have no sword, no guns, no weaponry, so he couldn't be a killer. All right. This scripture is a scripture that lets you know if you see someone who have not forsaken all, he couldn't be a disciple of Yahweh Shai. Simple as that. And we're going to go into the word forsake. In this scripture, it's a different word, but it's pretty much the same meaning. All right, forsake. Strong G657. And it's a verb, all right, because this is an action. To set apart, separate. To separate oneself, withdraw oneself from anyone, all right? To take leave of, bid farewell to, all right? Bidding farewell is not a nice thing. Ain't nothing nice about that, or that's not a happy or joyous moment, all right? To renounce, forsake, all right? That's why this is a verb, all right? To renounce. To forsake. So you got to realize that when you can't forsake, all right, you can't say that you're forsaking something, but at the same time, you still there. All right, that's not forsaking. Hey, that's what Yahweh Shai said. This is the scripture. You got to forsake all, man. You got to give up all. And it's going to, and like I said, it could be a smooth transition at the beginning, all right? You know, you deal with wisdom, all right? You don't just cuss your parents out and nothing like that. Like, you love your parents and you respect them and you show honor to them. But at the same time, what you do is you got to realize that you can't be doing the same things you could do, and you got to realize that you're going to rub them the wrong way. All right, because you can't serve two masters. You can't say, well, just for the sake of this, my mom or my dad, I'm going to go to this banquet or some shit like that. All right? Or you're going to just go to a place with them or sit down with them or sit in their council. Because the scripture tell you what fellowship do light have with darkness. And you can't establish your own salvation. You can't say, well, man, this my mom, so, you know. No, man, that's anybody. That's why the Lord Yahweh Shai was the Lord Yahweh Shai, he was detailed about who to forsake. All right? It's not no in-betweens. All right? You got to forsake all, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to get another real quick. This would be the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter. Because you can't establish your own, you can't say, well, this my mom or this my kid, so I'm going to do this. No, man, the scripture clearly tell you, Yahweh Shai clearly tell you that. All right? You got to give up something, man. Matthew 10:37, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. So that erase all that, you know, well, it's mom or it's my dad. No, look, man, you can't function with them, man. All right, you show reverence and honor to them if you have to be around them, or, you know, them your parents. You send up prayers for them, all right? But for the most part, you can't be in the same functions. All right, you folks that came out of that world. You can't be in that same spirit. So with that, I hope you was edified. Until the next time, Shalom.